Thank you so much, everyone, and welcome back to the program. So many states, several of them, rather, that's perhaps the right language, several states are owing workers' salaries. And if you look at the breakdown of the payment of the second tranche of the Paris Club refund, it showed that Abia State got 5.72 billion, Adamawa 6.1 billion, Akwa Ibom 10 billion, Anambra 6.1 billion, Bauchi 6 billion, Bayelsa 10 billion, Benue 6 billion, and Borno 7.34 billion. And you have all of these, the breakdown of that, some of these you're seeing right there on your screen. Now, my guest in the studio here, a former Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly and the former National Chairman of YDP, Mr. Inya Etok, in our Abuja studio. Let's continue with the conversation, and perhaps maybe we can suggest some solutions for those executives who are heading the affairs or steering the affairs of some of these states tonight on the program. For a lot of people who are being owed salaries, one of the nightmares for workers in some states is that you understand that some states will say the state government is owing their state workers 3 months' salaries. But local government workers in those states will say they are being owed 9 months' salaries. So, and you ask the government, they say, oh no, it's the local government, it is not us. What kind of situation is that? When do we have a situation where the local government workers had even been taken away from the state workers?
Yes, Sean, to deal with this, you need to understand how it works. First, there's a local government service and there's a state government. But the local government is a part of the state government. Now, the Paris Club reforms has also a local government component. My question is, does the local government component go to the local government? The local government component of the Paris Club reform, does it go to the local governments? Because they also deducted funds from according to local governments when they took that Paris Club loan, and the refunds were meant to also affect them. Now, I will not hold brief for any governor. I do not know if they pay that, but that is one thing we need to be sure. If that is paid, perhaps that will help them pay offset what they have, because I cannot see any local government that has the kind of number of staff that any state government has.
Well, the problem is when it comes to payment of these salaries, we talk about disparity between local government workers and the state workers. But when we come up to the disbursement of the monies, you're never going to talk about the disparity. And so we have state workers that are being owed little or less an amount of the salaries, and local government workers, some of them, and the most eat in all of this nightmare. Now, the solution is the structure that we talk about in this country, the federating unit of this country. What do you think is the solution?
Now, part of the solution is the true federalism. First, if you devolve power from the states as being proposed by the National Assembly, that the local governments become autonomous, then of course, the states will have to allow the local governments bear responsibility for every funds they have.
Isn't that going to be a disaster?
Well,
because even the local government workforce is so huge.
Well, they have to learn to manage the system, what they have. That's the truth. We have gotten to a point in Nigeria where we have to look at governance as running a profitable business. It's no longer a social business. For as long as you continue to run government as a social entity, we will not get there. We will keep making the mistakes. And there'll be a time when there'll be no bailout funds. You have to look eyeball to eyeball with your workers and sit down to agree, what next do you do? You either cut down your workforce and tailor it to exactly what you need for efficiency. Because I'm a proponent of, listen, I believe that you must be efficient in whatever you do. So if I give you this much, I expect that much from you as well.
As we close now, you have handled the gavel for a long time. And when the gavel comes down, it is law. What do you see for the nearest future for some of these states where it looks so much that things are going to be tougher? Just in about 30 seconds.
Well, first, let me thank my brother, Eto, because I adopt some of his last submissions, that these are germane submissions that at the end of the day, we must essentially get there. But going forward, things will get tougher. But the truth is, we must essentially get through the tough times to land on the greener shores. And we must start right now to begin to change how we reason, how we look at issues, and then deal with them systematically by re-engineering the system of governance in such a manner that governance, you need to be accountable. Whichever way you want to look at it, we must, the governors, the local government chairman, the president, everybody has got to be accountable. And it has to be transparent. So people will now have faith in their systems. We do not believe, a lot of people don't believe in the governance that they have today anymore, because they believe there's something being shrouded in secrecy.
In fact, this is a very alarming message coming from someone from Rivers State that says the RRSDA are said to be owed 24 months' salary. 24 months.
That's sad.
That's 2 years.
That's sad.
But that's how we leave it tonight, everyone. Mr. Nyatok, former national chairman of the YDP and the Director General of the Nigeria Force Project, and also Right Honorable Victor Ochei, former Delta State Speaker. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time on the program. And that's our show for tonight. Many thanks for being part of it, everyone. I'm Sean Okimale.